you got sued for $1 million tomorrow, right? So just prepare for that. Then who cares about $400, right? And then, like Larry said, go after them, make them pay.
So what does your process entail?
Well, you set up the same type of debt that they're trying to create. Whether or not they get it's irrelevant. You put your debt in place, and then you put it in front of theirs, which is a procedure, filling out forms, and then that will block their ability to garnish wages. That's what they're wanting, and then that's what they would go for. They would also want to go and take money out of your bank account. Mm-hmm. And so that takes about an hour to fix that. Mm. So that way you're not, it's not so much about the debt. It's about their ability to collect on it. Mm-hmm. So while they're not able to collect on it, you can collect against them.
Mm. And that's by setting up a debt against them for the same amount?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily the same amount. It could be, if they violated the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act in any aspect in their collection of this alleged debt, then that's actual damages that you've gotten or that you've that they violated. In other words, you can claim that in either a counterclaim in the lawsuit that you're facing right now or in a new lawsuit that you file, which you can do either in federal or state court.
Or both.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do both, actually. If depending on your state, you may have state statutes that are similar to the FDCPA, and we think probably all of them do. So in your situation, like John said, there's certain defensive things you can take, but at the same time, we strongly urge people to take offensive action. Okay. And, all of this is part of our system.
And so what kind of violations do you look for?
Well, there's a whole long list of them. I mean, if they've attempted to collect any amount different from the actual amount of the alleged debt, if they've tacked on interest or attorney's fees that were not in a contract, even assuming that you had a contract, mm-hmm. If they've, called you on your cell phone or home phone and either lied to you or tried to intimidate you or harassed you, those are violations. There's any number of things. If they've sent you, for instance, a collection letter and you've responded, and this is something we strongly encourage you to do, within 30 days, if you've sent them a dispute letter, then they're obligated to validate that debt before they proceed with any collection activity.
Okay.
So there's a whole long list of things under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. And like I said, I've never seen a situation where they have either clearly violated or at the very, very least you can make a plausible claim that they have violated the law.
Mm. Okay. And
if you don't mind me asking, this is Jess, how much is that judgment for, the amount?
Well, with the interest and the attorney fees tacked onto it, it's just under $4,000.
Oh, Lord. It's so easy to get $4,000 worth of damages, yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's a small one.
Yeah. Probably easily got more than against them.
So,
yeah. As simple as that. It really is. It's so simple. If people only knew how simple it was, this country would just literally laugh its head off and go after all these sharks that are out there. Really. I mean, it's so simple.
So what is it, so if someone wanted to go through your process, it sounds like there's 3 different options here, with one with each of you guys?
No, we all work together. We've all come together to bring it all into one spot.
Okay. And so what?
Because that's what we're tired of. Everybody's out there. I get calls, emails. I get so many things, hey, listen, they're selling my house tomorrow. They're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing the other. Why did you let it get here? Well, I paid so-and-so $5,000. Mm-hmm. I paid so-and-so $1,500. I paid so-and-so $3,000. Well, where's so-and-so? Well, I can't get him to call me back. He's disappeared. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And this is like a constant thing out there. And I don't get it. I just don't understand it. Why anybody would have the desire to somebody who's already down, let's just hurt them some more. This doesn't make any sense at all.
So if somebody wanted to work with you guys, what is the process for that?
Well, you just go to the site and sign up. You're done. It's $99 to join and $49 a month. And if you don't make a few grand back in the first couple of months, it's on you. It's not on anybody else. because everything's there. All the tools and resources are there for you to make easy money off these idiots. To stop your foreclosure, to stop these credit card judgments from getting to where you're at right now, to stop all these things dead in their tracks with simple questions. Once again, this is not science. Okay. If America only knew how easy it is, it'd literally blow your mind away.
What was the most recent one, Jess? Someone had faxed in a complaint and a cover letter, and they got an offer. It was like a $6,000 claim.
Yeah, one of the members in Georgia, sent in just an intent to sue letter. Said, here's what you violated. Here's the complaint. Here's the proof. And, she's got $6,000 worth of violations just on her credit report alone. Yeah, they want to settle because what defenses do you have? Did you pull my credit? Yes. Did I give you permission? No. Did I apply for credit with you? No. What are you doing in my credit report?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's done that.
Does that make sense? I mean, you see what I mean, how simple this is today. I'll give you an example. One of my big cases, Larry and I were kind of laughing our heads off today. The attorney herself sends me a credit report as evidence. Well, guess what? Who gave you permissible purpose to look at that credit report? So now I'm suing her. So now I told her today in the email, I'm going to sue you, and it's going to separate you. Now there's a conflict of interest from your client. So I suggest your client hurry up and try to settle. That way I don't have to go there.
So
you see how easy this is?
Yeah. So what's the website?
Marissa?
Yeah?
The email contained a link to take you there.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody's got an email. It's got a link that take you there. I don't want to, on the phone, go, everybody's got their link. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
So, I don't know who's listening, who's not. But
okay.
my whole point is that the attorney herself, trying to provide evidence that I've asked for, has literally shot herself in the foot. Now, she's liable for $1,000.
Yeah.
And she can't handle her client's case anymore if I want to push the issue. Because your client just violated, again, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and you violate. Why did they give you my credit report when they haven't shown me that they even had the right to have my credit report? Not only once, but now they've given me the evidence. They've looked at it 4 different times, up and beyond what my allegations are. So I gave her a choice. Literally today I gave her a choice. Tell your client to settle up. If not, I'm moving forward with litigation down in the state court. It's very simple. You've showed me, I only sued you because you called my cell phone twice. I asked you for all the phone records. I see you've called it 24 times. That's a minimum of a summary judgment of $12,000 right there. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. This is not hard. This is what we're trying to emphasize. But when you go into the court, and once again, I say this, and I'll say this, I'm blue in the face. You have to use their own rules against them. If you come in there saying you didn't lend me money, the bank just did an exchange, you acquiesced to the RESPA, you acquiesced to TILA, you didn't show me the original no, you da-da-da-da-da, all this, you're going to talk yourself till you're blue in the face, and you're not going to get absolutely anywhere. And you might wind up in jail if you get an honorary judge. That's just the way it works. So we're as a group, I'm just as for the truth as anybody else, but I know what works. And what works is federal courts, because if you look at every single foreclosure case that comes out that has any decent ruling whatsoever is from the federal bankruptcy courts or from the federal courts, period. You never see monumentous rulings coming from these little kangaroo courts down below. It just doesn't happen. So when you start suing back and you start going through this, what I call the ballroom dance, okay, in the Fed court with the defendant that you're suing, who might be the guy who's trying to foreclose on you, who's the attorney who they hired to foreclose on you, who's the attorney, who's the trustee they've appointed on behalf of the, and you start sticking these people in federal court and you start asking them questions, they don't have a choice. They got to answer and they got to produce. And that's the beauty of the federal court. It's a lot easier. It's a lot more formal. There's no headaches. There's no aggravations. You're dealing with professional people. You're not dealing with a bunch of kangaroo judges. I don't know what else how else to put it. Can you, Larry? I mean, in the circuit courts, you just seem to get nothing done, no matter what.
Yeah, state courts certainly are very dicey. I mean, I've won cases as a defendant in state court, but I wouldn't recommend anybody to be in that position. It's always better to be on the offensive, and federal court usually is the most streamlined way of doing it. I mean, typically you never even have to show your face in federal court other than, going by the clerk's office to drop off your pleadings.
Exactly. All right.
So even if you're afraid of being in court, that's just not going to happen usually in federal court.
Right. It's like I said, it's a simple process.
And there are questions here?
I'm sorry, Jeff?
That we need to move along on our questions?
Yeah.
Correct. That's what I said. Let's get on to the next one. God bless you. Have a great night, Maritza.
Thank you, Maritza. And we have an anonymous caller calling in, and I do not have a name for you. I just unmuted you, so you should have heard that.
That would be Delaware.
Hey, Phil. How are you? I know that
gentlemen.
voice anywhere.
All right. Thank you very much for taking the call. Sorry that it was anonymous. That's unfortunately the way it came up. Had a foreclosure against me and my wife. And so what I understand from you professionals is that I am able then to go